Aloha and welcome to another episode of Hawaii Food Explorers. Today we're going to check out Earl and Otto Cake in Kaimuki. Let's go! Okay, first we're gonna try the 3 drinks that they have.
Okay, Lily Koi lemonade. Oh, that is really good. Very distinct lemonade and Lily Koi flavors in this one. Okay, next one up looks like Becky's sweet tea. Yeah, this is good. It's a little less sweet than typical sweet tea, which is good and very palpable and very refreshing actually. This will probably go really well with the sandwiches.
All of their drinks are made in-house, so you might be able to get something similar elsewhere, but it's gonna be a different flavor.
Yeah. And lastly, we have the guava green tea. This is one of my favorites. It has a nice guava flavor to that green tea.
It's like they just put some guava nectar in green tea.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Yeah, it's not overpowering in any way. It's very smooth.
All 3 drinks highly recommended.
Okay.
So the child chose the turkey jam sandwich for himself. So here is half of the sandwich. And we'll show you what the rest of it looks like.
It's a turkey salad, bacon jam, basil mayo, spinach, tomato, and pickles. What's not to like, right? Turkey, bacon.
I know you like bacon jam, so it's already a winner, right, for you? It's not too often that you'll see like turkey salad. I didn't really read the description when we ordered it very well, so I was expecting it to be sliced like deli meat turkey. But I like this turkey salad. It's really good.
It's not real heavy on the meal, very big on the turkey taste.
And the bacon jams complements it very well.
Exactly.
The bread is not super hard either. It's a little crusty, but it's not hard to bite into at all. And it doesn't cut your mouth, which is nice.
It's a little chewy, but not overly chewy. That light, crisp crunchiness on the outside goes really well with this. Okay, next up, it's the Beets.
Beets.
I always look for this sandwich when I go there. It's kind of rare. It's always on the menu. They always sell out. So if you don't go early enough, you might not be able to get this. It might sell out. And this is a vegan sandwich.
Yep. This, definitely vegan. It has sunflower tzatziki sauce and roasted golden beets, sauteed leeks, tomato, spinach, and avocado. Looks delicious.
I typically like sandwiches with meat in it, but this is one where you have to get it. It's so good. The beets are hearty, nice little crunch to that.
Slight sweetness. This is a delicious sandwich.
And the sunflower tzatziki sauce goes really well with the beets. It balances out that, has a little nutty flavor with that sweetness of the beets.
Now, this is also a good option if you just want something light, but still kind of filling. So it does kind of do both. It's light and filling.
It is a little on the smaller side when you consider some of their other sandwiches, but it does bring a lot to the table in terms of flavor and things. Very good. Now, while we're on that little vegan tip, we'll go a little bit down the line and we have a vegetarian sandwich here called the Fun Goat.
The Fun Goat has goat cheese, sauteed mushrooms, basil pesto, which has fennel, onion marmalade, cucumbers, spinach,
extra virgin olive oil,
extra virgin
EVOO,
extra virgin olive oil, and balsamic reduction drizzle. So I was actually really excited for this one. That goat cheese is so good.
Yeah, the mixture of the balsamic, the goat cheese, and the pesto is a very, very good flavor combination in your mouth. It's a very refreshing sandwich.
Very refreshing.
But it does have some heft to it.
I like that this one has a good amount of spinach on it. It's almost like practically falling out of the sandwich when you open the box. So I like that.
Now we get into the meats. So this is
his pick.
Well, this is one where like you go there and you're like, I can't decide. Should I get, a standard Cubano? I usually go for a French dip or the Cubano if I can't decide. So this has Swiss cheese, ham, pork belly, homemade pickle, fresh lime. It's like a bacon chipotle.
Roasted garlic Dijonnaise.
Roasted garlic Dijonnaise. Pressed down like a Cubano should be. Oh, it's all over my face, but I don't care.
This is good. I don't usually like Cubanos because I don't like ham. But this is good. I like the flavor on this one.
It almost feels like a Hawaii style Cubano in the sense where it almost has that taste of Kalua pig with that pork belly. But it is a very well done sandwich, and one of those you can't decide, can't go wrong. Same with the French dip. Can't decide, can't go wrong. So here we have the Italian, and this has ham, capicola salami, provolone cheese, pepperoncinis, EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, vinegar, lettuce, tomato, oregano, and a roasted garlic mayo.
And you can see that this one is significantly larger than the other ones. This is half, and it's just because of the bread they use. I don't think it's any more or less like filling on the inside. It's a different kind of bread. So I don't know, what's the difference?
Well, usually when you make sandwiches like these, hoagie sandwiches, it's going to be slightly different. You're probably going to get a little bit more of a chewy texture to the bread. Something that can absorb some of that sauce on the inside. And all that juice.
Okay, so this was my pick. So pretty much anything, any kind of Italian sandwich, I'm all over it. I'm getting it. And I love this combination. I love the flavors.
The menu changed just a little bit. Instead of the provolone, today's one is with fresh mozzarella.
I think that's a good change.
It is a very tasty sandwich.
It definitely tastes way more fresh. I mean, it usually tastes fresh anyway, but the fresh mozzarella added to the freshness of this one.
That and the roasted garlic mayo brings a lot to the table with the pepperoncini. It changes the flavor of a normal Italian sandwich, and it really brings out that meats that are in there.
So they have all different kinds of sandwiches, and they have specials too. So they usually put it on their Instagram, what the specials are of the day. And besides the Italian, my other usual is the avocado banh mi.
The avocado banh mi is really, really good.
So I really like that one as well, but I haven't, none of these are bad. They're all fantastic. It just depends on whatever you feel like that day. We're gonna finish up our sandwiches and be right back with dessert. Okay, we picked up some cheesecake slices and a couple of other things from Otto Cake, which is across the parking lot and across the street from Earl. So just a short walk away. So we're gonna start off with the pineapple cheesecake. And that was the child's choice, right?
It's good.
It's kind of more like a New York style cheesecake, but not as dense.
Well, Otto's been doing cheesecakes for as long as I've known him, and it's a pretty long time. And he's been kind of tweaking it just to get it right. He started making cheesecakes for his mom, and she liked the New York style cheesecake. So it's been improved upon, where it's not as super dense and heavy, but it retains all of that flavor. And the pineapple flavor is not just a slight pineapple, it's pineapple.
Yeah.
It is unmistakably pineapple when you eat this. I think he's telling us that he doesn't want us to eat it. He wants to go on the side and eat the rest by himself.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, next is the Amazing Plain. Now all of these kind of look the same.
So it's a slight variation of a New York style cheesecake with a graham cracker crust and a flavored cheese topping. The crust will vary depending on what the flavor of the cheesecake is. Amazing Plain? Yes, please.
Can't go wrong with plain. This one definitely coats your mouth more than the pineapple one.
The pineapple one is a more refreshing type flavor because of the pineapple. This is a very cheesecakey
It's
flavor.
very cheesy. And it just coats your whole mouth. Okay, next is the lemon cheesecake.
Definitely smell the lemon as you bring it up to your mouth.
Also good. So this one is closer to the Amazing Plain, but with like a little lemon kick to it.
Makes it, again, because it's that little fruitier flavor, it makes it so refreshing with the denseness of the cheesecake.
Yeah, it's very refreshing. The fourth and last piece of cheesecake that we got is the chocolate marble.
Cheesecake in the more traditional sense. And I'm assuming this is going to be a little bit deeper flavor. As you can see, it's a different crust now with the chocolate marble.
Yeah, it's kind of like an Oreo cookie crust. That, if you like chocolate, that's good. The chocolate flavor is very rich, and it's not a chocolate cheesecake, right? It's probably...
So this is your introduction to his chocolate cheesecakes.
Yeah.
He does have a double chocolate. He has a Mexican chocolate. And he'll occasionally have a dark chocolate.
This one is good.
This, to introduce yourself to the chocolate cheesecakes that he offers, this is a very good starter piece because it gives you that chocolate taste without overpowering you and just making you feel like you just had like a chocolate overdose.
I mean, they're all good, but because this one was so different from the other three, and it was chocolate, where the other ones were kind of like Amazing Plain, and then a couple other ones based off of the Amazing Plain with some flavor. This chocolate one was like a big difference compared to the other ones. It's a very different flavor, but it's really good.
Yes.
Very rich.
And the thing is, this is one of those cheesecakes where you feel like, oh my goodness, it's heavy. But it's not that heavy.
It's really not. Okay, this is the red velvet cheesecake sandwich. Kind of like a giant whoopie pie.
Occasionally he'll have different things besides cheesecake, like his carrot cake and things like this. Since you're holding it, I'll just... This red velvet cheesecake is like an on-the-go cake. It's more cakey than a whoopie pie, a little bit more flavor, than a whoopie pie.
The cake is very soft and moist, and the cheesecake on the inside. I mean, red velvet usually has cream cheese frosting anyway.
This is a upper level cream
But
cheese.
yeah, I mean, it's really good. And usually the problem with these things is the red velvet cake is dry.
Yeah.
So this one's not though, but it has a great flavor. So if you like red velvet, I would recommend this sandwich.
Definitely, most definitely. And it's not one of those where it's going to be so overwhelming. You know, it has a good size to it, but it's not too big.
Yeah. Okay, the last item we got is a vegan brownie. This thing actually looks kind of fudgy.
It looks pretty dense, and nice flaky looking top. Nice consistency.
It tastes like a fudge brownie. It's kind of nice.
I wanted the double chocolate brownie, but going along with the sandwiches we had, like the vegan sandwich and stuff, you could, if you're a vegan, you could have dessert, you could have your lunch. This is a great option.
Or even if you're not a vegan.
You don't feel ripped off. Sometimes, you know, with these vegan options, it doesn't quite taste like non-vegan. But this one has a nice consistency, nice texture to it with a flaky top, fairly dense internals, and a nice chocolatey brownie taste.
The crust is nice too.
Oh.
If you're someone that likes the edges of the brownie,
Oh my goodness, that's good.
this one doesn't disappoint. That's good. I would get that again. I would get all of it again, but
This is a good option.
yeah, if I'm looking for a brownie
And you're vegan. Or not.
or not, this will not disappoint you.
The thing about this one is it looks like it's going to be really, really sweet too because of its the density of it. And it's not overly sweet. It's one of those where you could eat the whole thing and not feel like you just eaten so much sugar.
Yeah, they don't overcompensate for, you know, they're not putting too much sugar to replace the flavor of something else. Like, this is done really well.
Hi.
Hey, we're in our wrap-up room again to wrap things up. Okay, so we tried a bunch of sandwiches from Earl in Kaimuki. No regrets on any of them.
Only regret was we didn't get the French dip. Not substitute, like add on.
Like we mentioned, they do have specials and they post it on their Instagram, so follow them on Instagram to check out what their specials are for the day or sometimes the week. And we want to mention that we did have some leftover sandwich. I was eating it for lunch for the next 2 days. So we put this, whatever we had leftover in the refrigerator, and it was still good the next day, and it was still good the day after that. So the bread held up pretty well, and it wasn't soggy. So the edges were a tiny bit soggy, but for the most part, the bread held up really well. And all I did was take it out of the refrigerator and start eating it. So
I heated up the Cubano.
yeah.
But like she said, you know, everything held up, still delicious.
So don't be afraid to order more than one sandwich, because if you have leftovers, it'll still be good the next day.
And they do have a stamp card.
Right. And Otto Cake never disappoints either. All of their flavors are fantastic. It's just your personal preference of what you like.
Yeah, I've known Otto since I don't even know. It's been that long. When he was in warehouses employing young musicians to help him with his cheesecake making. It somehow, you know, just gave them a job to keep playing music. So easy to eat, so flavorful, and you kind of can't get enough. You get enough because you get full, but you still want to eat more.
Yeah, it has very good flavor and such a nice, smooth, creamy texture. So it seems like it will be heavy, but it's really not.
Another little observation that we didn't have in our video was the pineapple cheesecake had pineapple throughout the entire thing, including the crust. I found pineapple fibers in the crust. So each cheesecake is a very unique experience depending on the flavor you get. And that's something you don't get from a lot of cheesecakes. Usually they just make a cheesecake and dump something on it. You know, everything else remains the same except whatever they dump on it. This, on the other hand, is made individually.
And it seems like he puts the same care into the vegan brownies.
Very, very surprising. That brownie was actually really good. If you get a chance, try his carrot cake. He started off a long time ago making those carrot cakes and coffee cakes, and those are very delicious and loaded.
They also sell a couple of drinks as well. So if you need something to go along with your cheesecake, then they have some beverages available for you. And they also have some merchandise. He's the type where if it's good, he'll buy the shirt also.
Well, I like to support local vendors. And by far, knowing what he's done throughout his whole career, through music, through food, it's always been handcrafted. It has always been something that he's done and tried to give back to the community. So this is very easy to buy to support him. So go out, buy a t-shirt. They have more designs. And it's made with a pretty sturdy shirt, able to withstand rock concerts.
Alright, so if you're in the Kaimuki area, those are two places you can check out. Earl for a quick bite for some sandwiches, and Otto for dessert, or Otto Cakes. And now it's time for the word of the day. Today's word is chocolate.
Chocolate. Chocolate in Japanese is chocoretto or choco.
Chocoretto.
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 No, just chocoretto.
Chocoretto.
Straight. No chocoretto. No.
That's what you were saying.
No, I said chocoretto.
Chocoretto.
Or choco.
Choco.
Very easy. Sounds like chocolate.
The Hawaiian word for chocolate is kokoleka.
Kokoleka. Right? Kokoleka.
Yep. So also similar to the English word for chocolate.
Very similar. Very similar.
Kokoleka. And that's a wrap for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below, let us know what you think, let us know if there's any place you want us to check out, and we'll see you next time.